I remember this day very clearly. It was a very strange and funny day. It started like a normal day, but then everything went wrong. I woke up late for school. That had never happened to me before. I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning. My alarm rings, and I open my eyes. I get out of bed, and my mom also comes to check if I am awake. But on this special day, I did not hear my alarm. It rang, but I didn't wake up. My mom also did not come to check on me. Maybe she was busy. Maybe she thought I had already gone to school. I don't know. When I opened my eyes, I felt something was wrong. I looked at the clock. My eyes became wide. It was 8:10. I shouted loudly, "Oh no! I am very late." My heart started beating very fast. I got very scared. My school starts at 8:30. I had only 20 minutes left. I had never been this late before. My hands were shaking. I felt like crying. I jumped out of my bed. I ran to the bathroom. I brushed my teeth very fast. I washed my face quickly. I ran back to my room. I pulled out my school uniform from the cupboard. I wore it fast. I did not see that my shirt was inside out. I also forgot to comb my hair. I didn't wear my belt. I put my socks on the wrong feet. My hair looked messy, but I didn't care. I just wanted to reach school quickly. I ran to the kitchen. My mom looked at me with surprise. Her eyes were wide. "You are still at home?" she asked. "I just woke up now. I'm super late," I said in a loud voice. She quickly gave me a sandwich. She wrapped it in a napkin. "Take this and go fast," she said. I grabbed the sandwich and my school bag. I ran out of the house. My shoes were not tied properly. They were loose. But I didn't care. I just kept running. The sun was shining outside. I felt hot and nervous. I could almost hear the school bell in my head. I ran as fast as I could. My day had started badly. I did not know what other problems were waiting for me. But I knew one thing. I would never forget this morning. Every day, I walk to school. It takes me about 15 minutes. I enjoy the walk. I look at the trees, the small shops, and the people walking on the street. Sometimes I walk with my friends. We talk and laugh. It is a nice time. The walk helps me feel fresh before class starts. But today was not like other days. Today, I was very late. I looked at the time again. Only 10 minutes were left before school started. So I could not walk slowly. I had to run. I had to run fast. Very fast. I started running down the street. My school bag was heavy. It jumped up and down on my back. I had a sandwich in one hand. It was wrapped in a napkin, but it was falling apart. The napkin was too thin. I felt the sandwich getting warm in my hand. I had no time to eat it, but I also didn't want to throw it away. As I ran, a dog on the side of the road saw me. It barked loudly. Woof, woof. I jumped a little. I did not stop. I kept running. I was sweating now. My shirt was sticking to my body. My feet were hurting, and I could feel the loose shoes hitting my ankles. Some people on the street looked at me. An old man sitting on a bench shook his head. He said, Why are kids always in such a hurry? A boy riding his bicycle passed me and laughed. A lady buying vegetables stared at me. She looked surprised. But I didn't care. I didn't even smile. I had no time to talk or look around. I just kept running. My heart was beating very fast. My legs felt tired. But I had to reach school. I told myself, "You are almost there. Just keep going." I passed the small park. I passed the tea shop where people drink tea every morning. I passed the bus stop where children wait for the school bus. I saw some students walking slowly. They looked fresh and clean. I looked tired and messy. My socks were not straight. My shirt was still inside out. My hair was wild and all over the place. My shoes were almost falling off my feet. My face was red. I felt like I had run for an hour, but it was only a few minutes. Finally, I saw the school gate. My eyes opened wide. But something bad was happening. The school bell had already rung. The guard was standing near the gate. He was starting to close it. "No! Wait! Please wait!" I shouted with all my energy. "I am here." The guard looked at me. He stopped for a second. He had a serious face. "You are late," he said. "I know. I woke up late by mistake. Please let me in," I said. My voice was tired and low. The guard nodded. "Go to the office and get a late slip. Then you can enter." I felt sad. I felt tired. I was hot and sweaty. I was not happy. I slowly walked to the school office. I did not run anymore. My legs hurt. My heart was heavy. I had no more energy. I thought to myself, "This day is really not going well. What will happen next?" The school office is a quiet place. There are desks, chairs, and many papers. The school secretary sits there. Her name is Miss Priya. She is a nice woman, but she looks very serious. She wears glasses and types very fast on her computer. I opened the door and walked in. Miss Priya looked at me. She saw my messy hair. She saw my shirt, which was still inside out. She saw my tired face. She looked surprised. "Why are you late today?" she asked in a calm voice. "I woke up late," I said. My voice was soft. I felt very shy. I looked down at the floor. Miss Priya stood up and came closer. She said, "Your shirt is inside out." I looked down. I felt very embarrassed. I did not even know. I tried to fix it, but it looked worse. Miss Priya gave me a small paper. It was the late slip. She said, "Go sit outside the principal's office. He will talk to you." I walked out of the office and sat on the bench. I was tired. I looked at the walls. There were pictures of students, teachers, and school events. But I didn't care. My mind was full of worry. I asked myself, what will the principal say? Will he be angry? Will he call my parents? After some time, the door opened. Mr. Sharma, the school principal, came out. He was a tall man. He had white hair and kind eyes. He looked at me and smiled. "Is this your first time being late?" he asked. "Yes, sir." "I am very sorry," I said quickly. He looked at the paper. Then he said, It's okay. Everyone makes mistakes. But you must be more careful next time. Try to sleep early at night. I nodded. I felt better. He was not angry. He signed the late slip and gave it back to me. Now go to your class, he said with a smile. Thank you, sir, I said. I stood up and walked slowly to my classroom. I was still tired, but now I felt a little happier. The principal was kind. That made me feel good. I walked to my classroom. The hallway was quiet. All the students were already inside. The class had started. I could hear the teacher's voice from the door. I stood near the door. I felt nervous. I knocked on the door slowly. The teacher opened the door and looked at me. Why are you late? She asked. I gave her the paper that the principal signed. I woke up late today, ma'am, I said. I am very sorry. She looked at the paper. Then she looked at me. My hair was messy. My shirt was inside out. My shoes were still not tied. Okay, come inside. Go to your seat, she said. I walked into the classroom. All my classmates were looking at me. Some of them smiled. Some giggled quietly. I felt shy. My face became red. I went to my desk and sat down. I opened my school bag. I took out my notebook and pencil. I tried to listen to what the teacher was saying, but it was very hard to focus. My head was still full of the morning rush. I was thinking about running, the guard, the principal, and everything that went wrong. Suddenly, I heard the teacher say my name. Ara, can you answer this question? I did not hear the question. I looked up and said, Sorry, ma'am. Can you please say it again? She looked at me kindly. It's okay. Try to pay attention now. I nodded my head. Yes, ma'am. I will. I sat straight and tried to listen better. I did not want to make more mistakes today. I wanted the rest of the day to go well. After the first class, we had math. I opened my bag to take out my math notebook, but I could not find it. I looked again and again. Then I remembered. I had left it on the table at home. Oh no, I said softly. The teacher came to my desk. Where is your homework notebook? She asked. Ma'am, I forgot it at home, I said. She looked a little sad. You always bring your homework. What happened today? I woke up late. I did not check my bag, I said. She nodded. Please bring it tomorrow. Try to be careful. Yes, ma'am, I said. I felt bad. I never forget my homework. But today everything was going wrong. At lunchtime, I opened my bag to eat my sandwich. But the sandwich was smashed. The bread was flat. The filling was coming out. It did not look nice. I felt hungry but did not want to eat it. My friend Rohan saw my sandwich. He said, You want to share my lunch? I have 2 sandwiches. Thank you, Rohan, I said. He gave me 1 sandwich. It was warm and tasty. I smiled. I felt happy. I had a good friend. In the next class, I needed a pen. I took out my pen, but it was not working. I tried to write, but there was no ink. My friend Anya saw me. She gave me her extra pen. Here, you can use this. You can keep it. Thanks a lot, I said. I was happy again. My friends were very kind. Later, we had art class. I was excited to draw. I opened my paint box. But when I picked up a bottle of paint, it slipped from my hand. The paint fell on my shoes. Red and blue paint made a big mess. The other students laughed. I looked at my shoes. They looked funny. I started to laugh too. What else could I do? The art teacher gave me tissues. Clean it as best as you can, she said. Okay, ma'am, I said. I cleaned the shoes, but they still looked a little colorful. Even though so many small things went wrong, I did not cry. I smiled. I knew the day would end soon, and tomorrow would be better. When the last bell rang, school was over. I felt tired. My body was tired, and my mind was tired too. I packed my bag slowly and walked out of the classroom. The sky was blue. The sun was still shining. But I walked slowly. My legs hurt. My back hurt. My shoes were still dirty from the paint. As I walked home, I thought about the whole day. It started in a bad way, but some things were good too. My friends helped me. They shared their food and gave me a pen. My teachers were kind. No one was really angry with me. I reached home. My mom opened the door. She looked at me. "You look very tired," she said. "How was your day?" I said, "It was a very funny and bad day. I will tell you everything." She gave me a cup of tea and some biscuits. I sat down and told her the full story. She laughed many times. "You will remember this day for a long time," she said. "Yes, Mom, I will never forget it," I said. After that, I went to my room. I took off my dirty clothes and took a shower. I wore fresh clothes. Then I lay down on my bed and smiled. It was a crazy day, but it was also funny. I had learned many things. That night, I thought about everything. It was a bad day, but it was also a good lesson. I learned many things. Times set to alarms, not one. Times prepare everything the night before. Times it's okay to have a bad day. Times good friends make bad days better. Times you can always laugh at your mistakes. I smiled and turned off the light. I was ready for a better day tomorrow.